guess
see
I'll say
what
that.
we
I'll
have,
say stop.
what we have in store here.
Did we already open these three? The X and
Not
the
yet.
43 and 5?
Just
I just pulled a card.
Oh, okay.
So we have been preparing for this contingency. Pain is causing panic, so we've hired paramilitary assistance to help with the trouble spots. You're to partner with them and keep things under control until more research can be done on Pain. You will also need to complete 2 objectives this month. We know you're up for the challenge. From this point on, whenever you see these circles, open and resolve them one at a time. So we have X,
That's a weird
43,
statement.
and 5.
we have Twitter?
Anytime you see
Yes.
circles.
That's
All
weird,
right.
though.
Why?
It says anytime you see these, what, are we going to, like, open one and see 5
gonna-
and be like, aha!
Potentially.
Probably.
There's so many
Probably.
X's!
You now have a secret clearance. Open package 2.
What is
Did it.
Military
I'm pulling
bases.
package 2 out. Oh, it's military bases.
Your military
Characters
bases,
may
boom,
take
got
the-
him, guys.
Characters may take the military shuttle flight action between 2 military bases if their character has dog tag symbol on it. Players cannot fly between military bases and any other types of structures. This is
Okay.
Rule X.
Wait. Hang on. Where's that go?
I'm looking for it.
So right now, that's just me. I've got dog tags on my quarantine specialist.
Huh. Interesting.
All of the
I'm
rest of you
surprised-
do not.
I'm surprised my medic character doesn't.
I
have it.
really expected the medic was gonna have them.
I'm just so my thought was if a military character can fly between military bases, then I would have thought that would mean that the ability to fly between research bases would be limited to the research characters. Like that would make sense. But as it is, it seems like you guys can fly between either, and we can, or you can, and we can only fly between the one and not the other.
What does that mean?
Change LD.
Maybe there's going to be
7
another
to
kind of
10.
base later on.
Oh, I bet you're
State
right.
2.
Change LD 07 to 10 to state 2.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Our
Oh, our action cards.
our action card that's on state 1 right now. Change
So,
to state 2.
It basically
Which just added the ability to
military
fly
shuttle
between
flight.
military things.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's adding a military shuttle flight sticker to them.
Okay, is that...
It's this card here. Change it, right click it in state 2. And then you'll just see it pops up with a military shuttle flight on it.
Eh.
Weird, okay. What a useless
Love it.
thing that was.
Well, so I think that sticker is different in the actual.
In the game, it probably
That
would have
way
been
for-
replace this card with this card that has that on it.
Oh,
It probably
or
would have been
stickers
just
to
add
put
the
on the card.
stickers. Vaccine factories. Vaccine factories cannot be built in rioting, collapsing, or fallen
Wait.
cities, and are destroyed when cities riot. Remove any vaccine doses there if this happens.
What is
Vaccine
that?
factories create
Where did you
vaccine
get
each
that
turn.
from?
that was the third
This was
package.
out of. Yeah, this was envelope 5.
Okay.
Vaccine factories cannot be built in rioting, collapse. They also enable shuttle flights between vaccine factories or between vaccine factories and research stations.
Okay, don't know what a
Why?
vaccine is yet, do we?
Not yet.
No.
I just thought of a
Go
joke.
on, Payne.
Depends on what political party you're with.
Listen, what I want to have is bleach factories so we can inject it and cure the disease.
Hey, as long
Hey,
as
we
it
have
tastes
another
like
objective.
strawberry.
Have a military base in each of the 6 major regions of the world.
Okay,
So we.
how do we make one?
I don't know
I
that.
don't know what you said you got that out of number 5? Or out of 43?
The new objectives are.
No,
It came out of 5. The vaccine factory
Because-
came out of 5.
Because 5 hasn't been opened yet. It's right here. I don't know what you opened, but it wasn't 5.
I thought I pulled packet 5. Well, I may have.
We may have
possibly
skipped
opened that-
ahead.
Possibly. We may know about something
Did you
coming.
did
in
you
the
open
future.
43?
Yeah, 43 was the.
Is there a way to see what we've done?
Well,
He already deleted it, so we can't see it.
hang on.
Civil says, "Wait, what? This This is season
back
1.
this
I
up?
played through this and I don't think we had Vax factories.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, I don't know what you did, but 5's still laying on the table there.
I don't think
Yeah,
anything
I just,
reverted.
I rewound it 1 and I didn't see anything change, so I just put it back where it was.
Okay, so
I
Um,
could potentially. So I could just reload back to the save state, and we can just because we haven't really done much.
I don't know
That might be-
if we knew what it was you pulled, we could fix it that way. But I think you reload it to the save state.
Let's do that.
We really
Reload
didn't
this.
change anything yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
alright.
I haven't really
So,
gotten.
So state 2 on
we
our
flipped
cards.
this one thing,
Uh-huh.
and then we opened X, 43,
Oh, I
and
think
5.
I think I ended up grabbing packet Y because it looked like 5 or something, maybe.
Oh, because
Oh.
when you open the thing, when
Yeah.
you
It
open
was
the
in
thing and it
slot
says
5, and I
slot
think
5. Yeah.
I think I just read it wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense
There's
since it also
5.
said rule Y was what you pulled out.
Don't worry.
43.
We'll hold it
Hey,
against
I mean,
you
I'm
forever.
not worried about it.
Yeah.
I just was
Glad
like,
we got
hey,
it.
that doesn't-
We
What
had
is it?
we had the Oracle stop by and tell us what was
All right, I
up.
got X.
Yeah. I'm glad
Okay.
we caught that.
So
That could have
there's-
been
All right,
weird.
so we got 43,
There's the
5,
card
and X
states.
right here. Boom.
This came from 43.
Someone updated my card last time. I don't know how to do it.
Right
you
click
right-click,
it, go
go
to
to
state,
state.
and then go to 2.
And 2.
I'm gonna just get to 7.
Yeah.
Clearance,
We'll
open
probably
package
learn a lot of
2.
things we're not supposed to if you do that. But,
I'm
you know.
okay with that.
And 5 just has a lot of 3 new scars in it. that we could get.
My researcher has upgraded to Oracle. I can see within the mists, and they all say D-Paint is flipping awesome.
Ooh, God, that's
They never enter a collapsing or falling city. Or fallen city. You can never enter a fallen city. Those are kind of nasty.
yeah, those aren't great.
Yeah,
Where do we
that's-
put the scars?
There is a
Right here.
this one here.
I don't trust them all to go in. There we go. Let's group them up. Up in there. There we go.
There's the military base.
And then we open package 2,
That
which
was-
you already did.
Yeah, that was the
Alright,
package 2, which was the military base. So we can.
I'm gonna. Okay,
Please.
so now that we know we've opened the right ones, we can delete them.
My
and
babies!
I'm gonna go ahead
Those are
and say that since these 2 boxes have been opened, we can get rid of them too.
Yeah, that box is empty.
I can't delete it. Yeah, okay.
That box is empty.
Which
Now-
then means
Okay,
we have
so-
places to put this shit too if we end up with more bags.
So we have an objective to have a military base in each of the 6 major regions of the world that we saw before this issue. Eradicate at least 1 disease. Okay. We have a new character, the Operations Expert.
Let's pop the bill.
As an action, build a structure in the. I can't see through the blue hands.
Sorry.
As an action,
Move an
build a
action,
structure in the city
build
you're in.
structure.
No card required. Once per turn, as
Once
an
per
action,
turn.
move from any city containing a structure to any city, including rioting, collapsing, and falling cities, by discarding any city card.
Interesting.
So,
How's it going, Flying Cactus? Welcome.
Hey, flying cactus.
okay, so I guess.
Why do we have 3 objectives? It says 2 here.
So we have to finish
we have
2
to
of the
complete
3.
2.
Oh, got it.
And we also.
Well, we
a
have to finish
new-
the mandatory one, and we have finished one of the other 2.
Got
Yeah.
it.
But as far as I'm aware, yeah, I don't know.
Rick, I did not hear that, but it sounds like people should stop playing video games if that's what it's going to do to them. Only the people that get that way, not me. I'm flipping awesome.
So here's an interesting thing to note. We were before like, oh, don't find the cure for the 3rd disease until we eradicate one for bonuses. But now we can find the cures for all 3 and then eradicate one and be done.
Yep.
True.
Or, assuming these don't go away between things unless the card tells us to take one and get rid of it, if we do manage to put down military bases in 6 regions, that one is just always going to be done when we start the thing. Wait, no, because they go away between things, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know. The
So,
mandatory one
about
has
making a
stays, but I don't know if
military-
the other ones do.
I went and looked at our cards, and about making military bases, the thing we're doing to make research labs is actually just called build a structure, and it says you place a structure there. So you do it the same way you'd make a research lab. Discard the card of the place you're in.
Yeah, this one
So
just
they
has to do
don't
it for free.
stay just like the research stations. Probably unless we like use one of our specials to keep one there.
Probably.
Yeah. So we also got a new funded event option. Remote outpost. Add 1 military base to any city. No discard needed.
Any city. That's pretty good. But all that does is allow people to move quickly, right?
It allows
What?
It sure seems
Which
that
one?
way.
you. It allows you to move quickly.
For now, that
Yeah.
seems to be the thing they do.
That doesn't seem all that great.
Or the operations expert.
You know why that doesn't seem great is because if we put a research lab down, you can also move between those.
Which makes me think there's
Yeah,
going to
but
be another purpose for them.
Right.
Yeah, so right now we have a total of basically 6 research labs total that we can make in a game. Because we have 5 research station tokens that we can place.
gonna call
plus
it-
the one that's starting.
I'm going to call it right now. Since there are military bases that we can put down, and they don't do anything yet, they have to do something.
Wonder if they quell riots.
So either
Oh.
they could quell the riots down, or they could help us spread quarantines easier, or D-Pain is going to mutate into a zombie virus.
Oh no.
Okay, then let's not do that second one. Let's just skip it.
I'm,
Hold on,
I'm doing pretty good, Cactus. How you doing?
All right.
Yeah.
So-
So I feel like it's pretty obvious which 2 objectives we want to go for. We want to eradicate a disease so we can get a bonus on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to
That's my
eradicate
thought as
EOG
well.
specifically.
I'm guessing. I don't know. We may build some military
I
bases.
mean, we
don't
might.
know,
Yeah,
probably not.
it might just like
So here's the thing: do we have where do we have our list of things that we can do
It's-
as bonuses at the end of a mission?
We're
It's
down
in
here.
the bottom row.
Choose 2 upgrades. See next section. Okay, never mind. So maybe at the end of this mission, it'll fill in sticker W and be like, you can also make a military base permanent, like the starting research
Yeah.
station.
Probably.
And if that's the case, then if we did have a starting military base in every one of the 6 regions, then we would just start every mission with that. But that would take 3 games to do, like, all of our upgrades from 3 games to do that, and I don't know if it would be worth it.
you know, it'd be really
Yeah.
crazy. Depending on which objective we finish, we get a different result.
I would,
Ooh.
knowing how much of an asshole this game is, it's going to be like, okay, so we spent 3 months making it so that we always have a military base in every region at the start of the game, so we don't have to worry about, or so we always have one objective complete going in. And then it'll be like, flip the next card, take this objective and get rid of it because it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I
also
suspect that once we finish one of these regular objectives, it will probably get removed. That's my hunch, but I don't know.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't know.
We still want to eradicate one, so it really doesn't change our course of action.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
it.
you may be right.
I think these are the
so let's
regions,
see.
these white outlined areas.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear you're sick, Flying Cactus, but you know,
I'm not because it's
what the
probably
hell
D-Pain
just
that you're
happened to
sick
these
with.
cards?
Well,
Did you, how did you flip
I-
4 of them?
Because I think I touched Payne's hand space.
Oh,
But
you started to put them into his hand.
what? I'll take
I
him.
was,
I'll
I
take
was
him.
trying
Give
to
him all
move
to
them
me.
out of the way too. Look at the map a little bit.
Rick, you say I
Um,
look sad like every other week.
Hello, I'm every other week, but you can call me EOG.
I'm starting to think that Rick is like a teenager and unable to tell emotional states from facial recognition. So the joys of having a
Um,
basic psychology training.
Okay, Rick, whenever you turn around 25, your brain will fully develop.
Yeah, if
So
only you
we
weren't 30
have-
years older than that.
So we have a funding of 2. Are
So we
there
get
any
2 of these?
Cards that, yeah, are there any cards we're feeling particularly good about or particularly want to get rid of? Or don't care about, rather?
Let's see.
I'm
I
thinking
don't think
just
we,
kind
we
of-
want the military, right? I don't
Yeah,
think we want the
I'm-
military outpost.
I'm kind of thinking basically get an initial thought, and then we'll set those aside and put the ones we don't care about aside, and we'll do the rest of the setup, and then we'll choose we'll see how the board ends up setting up, and
So personally,
Go from there.
I like this one. This one. Those 2 are my favorite. This would be 3rd favorite.
Are there any that you think are bad? I don't think we need new assignment at all.
No.
Okay. Just making it easier to parse, right?
yeah,
I
and
think
I'm
this flexible aid. Whoa, where'd it go?
In your
Whoop.
hand.
Into your hand.
Oh, I think flexible aid package is just a worse version of borrowed time.
I kind of agree with that. So let's floop.
I like forecast, but I don't think it's as good as these 3.
I'm kind of the same with government grant. I think it's good, but I don't know if it's as good as some of the others.
I think
Removing
for-
a card from
I
the
think-
infection pile from the game seems really good.
Move anyone card in the infection discard pile from the game.
Discard pile, right?
Oh
Between
yeah.
which we can do between infection,
Yeah,
the infect
so-
and intensify steps.
Which we did
the,
last game.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think that could save our game there, but it's situational, but it is good.
Yeah. So personally, I think forecast is great, but I don't think it's like 8th
Super
choice.
situational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem with
I
it. Is
think
it's
if
super
Salty's
not
going to be
situational.
the dispatcher, I don't think we need airlift.
You get me, Knight? That's the
what?
problem with this card is it's super not situational. The rest of these are like, shit's going down, we can save the day. This one's just like, let's see what things look like. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
By the
Which, I
time
mean,
you know you need to use that one, it's only going to save you for a turn anyway.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So
This one is also okay, but maybe not as good as some of the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think we keep set these aside for the moment.
yeah, these are the
And
better
then
better
these-
6.
They'll go there for now.
We
And
still
now
have
we'll
to decide
do the
on
rest of.
2.
Yeah, I figured we could do the rest of the board setup before we choose which particular ones, so we can see where the
Oh,
infection starts.
Okay, cool. I like that. Hey, what's up, Draco?
It seems to make sense because we also get that choice we have that choice with the quarantine as well.
that's
so-
right. I'm shuffling those 5 epidemic cards.
Yeah, you
welcome.
tell him, Salty.
Oh man, there. I hope we at least get a break between one.
All right.
Let's
Let me just go ahead and
see. Infection rate and infect 9 cities. So 3 cubes for the first 3.
Red baby.
1.
Not those
Not
ones.
those.
What are you counting?
Splitting these off into groups.
There's a split option.
You can't split it into 5 even groups though. You can just split it into 2, and we're doing 5, so 2 doesn't split
Yeah.
evenly.
Yeah, but you split 5. You can split 5 the whole deck, and it does that. 3
Wait,
first.
what?
So if the whole deck is stacked,
Yeah, that's
then
what
you
I'm
can
working on
do
now.
you can do that.
All right,
split 5.
but where's the 52 pickup button?
Johannesburg.
Alright. Split. Oh yeah, so there is a split 5. Cool. Didn't know that before.
And
9.
Beijing.
9, 10, 10,
There.
10.
Zoomed out a little bit too far to see.
Then 2 for Essen.
Yep.
2 for Manila.
Yeah, no, make sure I did this right.
And 2 for Washington. 1 for Sydney.
Yeah.
I think is down there. 1 for Karachi. And
Alright.
1 for St. Petersburg. And then the
There's only
larger
supposed to be
two-
one on.
The
oh, there
two
it is.
tens
we-
go on the bottom,
we
and then the
we needed to do these before we did that part, though.
Yeah.
wait, what?
We don't have
We
our.
needed to choose our.
we don't have the
We needed
pad-
to choose our 2 events first.
Yeah.
For
Before we.
Oh,
Because
so
they
we
get
can shuffle
shuffled
them
in.
in.
They get shuffled in.
Oh, god damn it! All right,
Tokyo.
I forgot about until just now. So
well,
fine,
you've
hang
got
on, I
3
got
of
it.
them fine, and then 2 of them are together.
yeah. Well, I still need to. We need
So
because they
split
need
that
to
one,
be-
pull the epidemics out.
I don't want the epidemic in my hand.
This is what happens when we skip 1 month. We forget how to set up the game.
I
Every-
swear you
right,
said
though.
this is what happens when we skip 1 lunch, and I'm like, you never skip lunch.
I had to work through lunch before. It was
No
terrible.
pain. No.
I can't help it if people picking up deliveries show up like 2 minutes before lunch. Like-
Just show up at your work with a Lunchable. It's like, you have to eat.
Please give me something good. No!
No. It's the ham and crackers one, and the ham is weird.
I'm pretty sure it moved. It's name.
Let's see.
What is the name of the ham? Cheddar.
I don't-
Pain is like, could I at least get the weird pizza one? No, I ate that one.
All right, there we go. I took all the epidemics out, and I'm putting them all back
All
together.
right.
Okay,
There we
so
go.
Flying Cactus, what we're playing is a legacy version of this game. So it's really complicated because every month we get together and play, and what we've done in the past determines what's going on now. So the viruses all have different mutations that we've either done or have been done to us, and we have objectives and characters that have attributes and like histories and shit. But the way the game normally works, in short,
Everyone's
is you take turns. You take turns, but for each person's turn, you flip infection cards to make more infections appear out in the world, and you draw city cards that you can work with. And of course, every now and then you draw an epidemic card, which fucks everybody over and causes a bunch of disease to hit the world.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun part. So that's what Salty's been doing over here. That's why this has been so weird looking. Is Salty's been splitting the deck the way you're supposed to split it, so you spread out the epidemic cards in it.
Let's see.
So
But the
We're
whole point of the
supposed
game is
to-
just clear out the viruses. Well, complete these objectives, and they change from every month.
Right.
And the rest
So
you'll find
I
out
think-
as we play.
Okay. So
I think remote treatment actually has a lot of value for us because of the things that we have on Pain right now.
Get your
Where we
fingers
can't
off me.
treat
So
it.
here's the thing:
right.
can you use remote treatment on D-Pain?
It says
it cannot
any.
be
It says
treated.
remove
It says
cubes.
remove, not treat or cure.
Okay.
So I think
The
it
event
works.
is remote treatment, but it does just say remove 2 cubes. It doesn't say, it doesn't say treat. It will, so the main core of the game will make a little bit more sense when we actually get finished with the setup part.
Yeah,
So
I
would
also
argue
tried to
we
explain
want
it super
that.
quick, and it's not a super quick explained game.
It's-
Yeah.
It'll make sense when we play
Yeah.
a few turns.
Yeah, it's a.
I think
it will-
2 quarantines is really good. I think
20
Yeah, that's
mark on
not bad.
each cities. Yeah, I like that a lot too.
I think
'Cause
it's a lot
it's-
better than
It can be
this.
further
Because
away from me.
You would use this for spot treating. You would use this for preventing that spot treating from being necessary.
Well, I'm just thinking about like
Yeah.
Beijing right now.
Right.
We
Where
have
if you
no
were,
way of
if
getting
you were
cubes
going to
off
use
of
remote
Beijing.
treatment right now, you would take 1 cube from Beijing and 1 cube from wherever else, from Johannesburg. Where you would just quarantine those 2 cities, and now the next time either of them would get a cube is now we can get to them when we need to get to them.
So
Well, the problem is we can't treat Beijing or any of the red right
Oh,
now.
right.
true.
No,
So
I
this
get
is-
what
this card
I get what
is the
Salty's
only way we
saying,
can
though.
remove cubes.
I get what Salty's saying though, which is essentially they accomplish the same thing on something like Beijing because we can't treat. One quarantine or removing one cube is about the same thing.
They have, they are definitely similar. I'm just thinking that because that's the only way we can remove cubes from red, and we have a limited number of red cubes. If that it has value in getting 2 of those cubes back in the bag to place again.
Okay, that was the part I was missing from that. You're right about that.
That's
the
part
benefit to the quarantine is that if we use it on something that's not red, like removing a cube from Johannesburg and then the medic curing it is a waste of a use. Quarantining it and the medic curing it still leaves the quarantine. So that's the only benefit to the quarantine on non-red, I think.
Yeah, like
and then the only benefit to the other, I don't know. They're pretty comparable.
I like this pairing personally.
A weird pairing.
I do really like
strong.
Resilient population.
I like these 3 a lot.
And we used borrowed time to have you 2 do some ridiculous stuff last time.
And
only being able
the
to get 2 of them.
infect step when we know shit's hitting the ground is really good. And this is potentially very good.
I have a question for you. This one does not these ones do not specifically say that you can play them between infect and intensify in an epidemic. But they do say play anytime.
These also say play anytime, so I think the anytime would be outside of the epidemic cycle.
I don't think that's the case. I mean,
this could just be warning us that it is possible for that, because that would be.
I think the reason it says it is because you might not think to do that. You know, it's because I
could see it going either way.
Between the infect and intensify.
Yeah,
of an epidemic.
Oh no, not that. Oh, it's on the epidemic card. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So the point of that being that it's saying that when the infect step is taking that bottom card and putting it over, and this is it's saying, hey, that's in the discard for a fraction of a second that you can do that.
Yes,
you know. It is. Where this you could just be like, oh hey, wait, hang on a sec, do it anyway, you know.
So
I really like resilient population.
The choices that we make in the game can add things to the board that change how we play in the future, and we don't know what they change as we go forward. So that's kind of the trick. So we've made choices to make a couple of diseases easier to cure, and we'll have more choices later.
What do you think, Payne?
So,
I don't care.
Okay. Are we thinking these 2? Is that what we're thinking?
I'm game with whatever.
I'm kind of feeling like I kind of agree with you on the remove things, because we're probably whichever one of these is probably going to be used on red. Let's be real. And this would get us more red cubes back.
Excuse me, red has a name.
On Payne.
It'll be used on Payne.
Whoa!
I really like resilient population, but I don't know. Like I said, it's tough to not take borrowed time.
Only 2 is rough.
Yeah, after seeing what borrowed time did for us last time.
I think we have options for.
I just realized these are called different things. Funded events versus events.
Yeah, so the unfunded events are the ones that we put the sticker on the city card. And I think we might want to start doing that as well. More than what we have already.
It's one of the victory bonuses.
Yeah. So our funding determines how many funded events out of the event cards that we're looking at right now we get. But one of the game end upgrades is unfunded events, where you can put an event sticker on a city card.
I get that.
And use it as an event card.
I thought those were specific
Why are these called events? And this, and this are events. But this, and this are funded events.
I think it just might be because the events are from the original game and the other ones are from this legacy one, which are just added. I don't know. It could just be that. It
Also,
could be something else.
why did this pick up the cubes with it when I moved
It's
it?
because it's infected. Quick, get the
I
gun.
think those are supposed to be on Johannesburg.
Wait a second. I thought that population was supposed to be resilient. It's a sign.
Yeah, Knight, I'm looking at the unfunded events bag up here that you can put on stuff, and they're just 3 of those event cards, but worse.
Hang on, let me.
Yeah,
let
they're
me.
not as good, but
They're not
I
as
got
good.
another question here.
So
Are we doing this right? Like, are we supposed to be putting all of the events
that's
in
what I'm
there
trying to double
every
check.
time and then choosing from the funded events?
oh, please tell
So
me
we-
that's true.
It would be great. It says, I know we've added a couple of those event cards as well, but the player cards, it doesn't break out in the starting contents. It doesn't break out the funded and just plain events. It says 61 player cards, 48 city cards, 5 epidemic, and 8 event cards. And those 8 event cards were a mix of the.
3, 4, 5.
I think they were a mix of funded. Labeling was between funded and an event. And we definitely added some of those with some of the legacy stuff already.
Alright, I looked it up. I'm
Uh-huh.
on Board Game Geek, which they on the forums there, which literally asked the question like, do all the event cards go in and we choose from funded, or is it just all event cards are the same except for unfunded? And all event cards are funded events, and you only get the number of event cards. And he has a bunch of little stickers next to his name, which I have no clue what it means, but they're saying the second description is correct. You can only include as many events that you have funding for. The only exception are unfunded events, which are always included, which I guess that would make sense if they're always in the game no matter what. It would make sense that they would not be as powerful as the ones we had to choose from.
Yeah.
Wait.
So basically, unfunded
these-
event or event,
They're all the same thing, so we can only choose however much we have funding for.
Apart from the one,
I will keep clicking.
we have one unfunded event in there. Somewhere.
Let's go to Reddit.
Yeah.
They're a collection
But
of.
Reddit is very reliable.
They are very reliable and also very unreliable. It really depends.
It depends on what side of the argument I'm on.
I'm actually trying to look for where it even says to use the funding amount. The
It's in
funding.
the setup. Setup step 5. As a group, decide which funded event cards are going into the player deck. Player deck can have as many funded event cards as your current funding level.
I think
But then
I
it
It
found
says
also
why
says
this.
shuffle these
giving-
event cards.
And then it
Well,
has.
this is the initial hands.
Oh.
So when we
Oh,
when
got
we
it.
deal the initial hands, you get 2 cards. We'll each get 2 cards.
Okay, that's where I was misreading it. Thank you. What's up, Salty? You were saying
So
something?
I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I'm not finding very much about the difference between event cards and funded event cards. Mostly you find unfunded versus funded. But I found someone asking like, "Hey, I've got event cards and event cards and funded event cards. What do I do?" And someone else says, "Are you sure about that? I don't have event cards. All of mine say funded event." And then some people are musing that potentially, if you have a very early version of the game, the ones that were included in the non-legacy version were misprinted.
That could be, and
Oh,
it's
interesting.
also could be. It's also possible that the person that scanned these used
Oh,
Just
cards
use
from
base
the
Pandemic.
base game instead of rescanning them.
right. They used assets from the other game.
It's possible. I mean,
Yeah,
say for
that's
certain.
probably what we should go with. We were doing it right.
I would assume that all of these are considered funded events, regardless of what. The
Man, that would have
label
been
says.
awesome though.
We'll do this. That is what we're doing now. But if somebody in any of our
Hang on.
chats can link us a reputable
Well-
source of it being the opposite way,
Right.
let us know.
So look right here, where I dropped this card. Event One Quiet Night. Right here, where it says 61 player cards, you see this funded event One Quiet Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice catch. So yeah,
think
they
it's
should
either-
just say funded, and we're
either-
just not seeing.
Yeah, it's either just a misscan or
Yeah.
whatever.
He probably
Misprint,
yeah.
Who knows?
Okay,
All right.
cool.
Well,
Probably just took the game
Hey.
files.
I'm glad we know.
The more you know.
So, right?
But
I
Well-
like these two, but I'm open to change on them.
so let's see.
my hand's big.
Yeah, personally, I would go with these two. But if you guys like the 2 cubes more than the 2 quarantines, then I'm okay
I
with
just
it.
think that they're
The
ultimately.
thing is, I feel
doing the
like
same
a
thing.
quarantine is more powerful than a single cube. Now, in practice, we're probably only going to put a quarantine on something that's already appeared in the discard pile, so it is the same. But if a quarantine happened to end up on a city that then got the infect step hit it would prevent 3 cubes instead of preventing 1.
Right.
Potentially.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
check what the
but-
next cards are, and that
So
will
if
help
we were to
us.
say, I really just don't want to have to see Ho Chi Minh hit stage 3 riots, and we just dropped a quarantine on it, that could prevent 3 cubes from hitting
That
instead
is
of
an
1.
excellent argument for me putting a quarantine on it as a quarantine specialist.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the big thing is that
We want to quarantine
like-
the cities with 3 cubes on them, and then we want to quarantine Ho Chi
Yeah.
Minh.
Also, remember,
Much like-
I'm a specialist.
much like
I,
last game.
I can quarantine
much-
any marker anywhere on the board once per
The
turn.
problem is you can only do it once per your turn, and you only get 1 turn per the game getting 4 turns to screw with us.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but like I'm just saying I can reach across the world too. We don't need the card for that.
I just realized we never wrote on my EOG and I's co-workers with, so it's just co-workers with blank. I'm like, who is that with? And then I had to go look at everyone's card real quick. I'm like, oh yeah, the only other person that has an upgrade.
I've
Or
only I'm the only
relationship.
other person. Yeah.
You want to watch Lord
Uh,
of the Rings when we're done saving Earth? No.
We just work together.
Oh, we were friends.
We
So
don't have
it
the
looks like
friend
we're going with
sticker.
these 2 then?
What's
You
this
may
one?
share knowledge of the
I think we
coworker as long
definitely-
as one
definitely
of
that
you
one.
is being passed.
So this
Oh,
one
right.
definitely. And I
Let's see.
mean, like,
Do we do this the D-Pain way?
Yes,
I mean,
we do it the
if you
V-Pain
guys-
way.
oh, what's that?
Yeah, what is that?
Dice.
Oh,
Actually, just put them together, flip them, shuffle them, and draw.
That works too.
Go, baby, go. Okay, all right.
that means this one's already. Oh, good. I was like, okay, that one's already
Yeah,
flipped
what
over,
would
so
you-
less work. Let's move it in.
But you know what'd be really funny is if we hadn't actually flipped it over, we just took one and stuck it
Right.
on the pile, so we
All
didn't
right.
know which one it was.
And now we deal out 8 of these before we put the epidemic things in?
Uh, yes.
So like that.
Then we split. Then we split.
All
do the
right,
F-
now I can do this
Oh.
part that I tried to do way too early.
I was very confused by what you meant by 8. I'm like, we had 8 cards? That's more than I can
Do we?
hold.
Yeah.
Wow.
So many
It's
cards.
2 stacks of 9 and 3 stacks of 8. Okay. So then, put these in.
Okay, so the next thing that we have to choose is where we're putting our 1 quarantine marker from our win bonus, from our Fed win bonus.
I
We
mean,
could put that in
Ho Chi Minh
as
or Beijing, and
protector.
I'm probably gonna hit the other one.
Beijing takes
I would-
more steps
All
to
right.
get to, right?
I would lean towards dropping it on Ho Chi Minh to start with, and then because that will make sure that we don't have to worry about it because it will take an epidemic for Beijing to show up again. And Ho
True.
Chi Minh
Alright.
is still in the draw.
The deck is now set up. I would definitely try to cure or quarantine Johannesburg and quarantine Beijing before dealing with Ho Chi Minh.
There's also Istanbul.
Oh, and damn it.
So right now the stuff from Atlanta is pretty clear.
Thank you.
Research station there.
I was just looking for that.
So
Need to be in a
so we can start. I think we probably want to start in Cairo.
And what is
we
it?
can do
How
that.
many cards does it take to cure things? 4?
I
5.
think so.
I don't. Wasn't
It's
that was
5.
the scientists
5,
could
yeah.
do 4?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, the scientists could do 4.
All right, so we have 3 between all of us. We have 3 blue cards, and then 2 black and 2 red.
We get to
So
start
I
on
would
either
suggest-
research station.
Yeah, so we all have to start together, but we can
Oh.
choose any research station to start from.
Well, Cairo feels
Uh,
better because we're right next to
yeah.
a 3.
I'm just gonna place my piece as a vote. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't care.
I was just placing my piece as a vote for it. and,
Whatever. We're there. Let's go.
You get it. Okay.
um, so I think that's
See, I'm with Salty
one
on this one
person-
because our first draw can be an epidemic, right?
It could be.
potentially-
Yep.
So
Anything in the first 10 cards can be an epidemic, and then anything in the next 10 cards can be an epidemic.
if we
And then
draw an
after that, it's
epidemic
every
right
night.
now, we could lose Beijing. Like,
Worst case scenarios are our first draw is an epidemic, or 1, 2, 3, 4 turns happen, and then the next turn has 2 epidemics in it.
so my vote is we start with quarantine on Beijing, and then we need to get Johannesburg and Istanbul under control, and I'll try to get a quarantine on Ho Chi Minh.
Okay. Beijing quarantine. Finally,
Hey ya!
All right.
hey,
Who dat?
I don't know what I want to do.
Then you're the perfect person to start.
Yeah, because like, I don't know. We want
Great,
to. We
Flying
want to.
Cactus, we're finally starting to play the game.
Yeah.
The true board game experience.
So, I guess. Do we want to focus on blue first? Like trying to clear. Like, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna get rid of black. And then.
Yeah, I think
We already have 3 blues.
Wait, hold on. I'm also forgetting because it's been over a month since we played the coworker
Right.
things. If I go to Chicago, does that mean EOG could send me Chicago?
Yes. But you could send me anything.
Yes.
yeah, you can
but
send
you-
anything to EOG from anywhere.
As long as one of us is in the city in question, I can send it to you, and you can send me anything.
Okay, because yeah, and what I was wondering is I could go over to Chicago and get the Chicago card, and then start making my way, like clearing Washington, and so that way, just if we want to try to eradicate EOG, is that what the term is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we want to eradicate.
we could do that
We
quick.
Like, I
definitely
could
want to
just-
eradicate EOG.
Because then, like, I can keep feeding EOG cards, like, especially if we get a research center that he can plop down near. Or wait, no, okay, the other ones don't need a research center to get things. So the only other one we need to do is that. So that's the other thing is, I guess I could travel through the different areas. So, like if EOG and Knight want to meet up in Milan, or maybe I don't know. Either way, that's what I'm thinking is I'll go to Cairo, from Cairo to Atlanta to Chicago, get the Chicago data, and then just move to Montreal.
Right. And then with you having both, like you can send it back to me later if you need to, but yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound good to everybody?
I think that's good.
So, on my turn, if the Istanbul and Johannesburg are not touched before me, then I can clear both one off of both of them.
Ooh,
My-
that's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah. So that's okay. That's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna take your Chicago. Yeah. And then with that,
I can remove all of the cubes in both of those on my turn if they're not touched.
Which
Yeah,
is
so-
huge.
okay. So
Hey, what's the idea here?
okay, so we're drawing 2 cards. Bada bing, bada boom.
Whoa!
Bada bing,
Damn.
bada boom.
Okay.
Yo! Not an epidemic. Awesome.
All right,
And
and then just 2 of
two
these.
infection.
So,
London
oh yeah,
London.
and Lima.
Lima.
Bean. Eh.
over here.
It just pops up and they're just like a little yo 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 yo. Okay, that's my turn. Wait, did you guys
flying
make me
cards,
red?
that is the worst.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I don't remember what color you were. I know
I'm
my
brown,
color's blue.
but I was like, did you guys make me red? Because oh, that's right. Because I kept grabbing somebody else's piece by accident when we were on the same thing, and I think someone just made me red. You're like, here you go, dummy. And I'm like, okay.
No, I think it's always been.
No,
Yeah, I think it's just red.
no,
Red
it's-
is just
color.
for some reason.
I'm pretty sure someone changed it, but it doesn't matter. Go ahead, Salty.
Oh yeah, the 4 pawns down here shows brown,
Yeah.
pink, blue, and white.
Because if you hover over it, it says brown.
It says
player.
brown, but it's red.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, I
I
think I made it brown because he was so happy about being the red
Oh, yeah.
pandemic.
You mean you made it red? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I think you were the one that did it. Anyway, Salty, your turn. Go ahead.
We could really be confusing and change the pawn colors for Salty and I too to match the disease colors.
So there are a lot of things I could do. I don't know. I don't know if anybody needs to be moved. I could just move up a space and quarantine Istanbul as 2 actions. But I don't really know. I also can move people. So like, if someone needs to be somewhere, I can help move them around.
Right.
But,
Like you could
starting
send
off,
me into
there's
red
not a lot. Yeah.
to start quarantining, but I'm not sure that's the right call for me yet. I don't know. So I don't know if I don't know what I need to do. I don't know if you need to send me anywhere. You know.
I mean, I could also. It would be really dumb, but I could move Pain here, and then he could start his turn by curing all of that, and then using 3 more
Well,
actions.
so I don't need to move down there in order to do both of them. So I can local connections treat Istanbul, then move to Johannesburg and treat Johannesburg.
Oh, okay. Well, that
So that
works
With-
for your turn then. So then,
yeah, for my
what the
turn
hell
I
do
can
I
clear
do?
both of them, and
You live your
Yeah.
life.
What should we
that's
do?
covered as long as we don't get a epidemic
Yeah.
on your turn on your draw.
Stop jinxing
That's the
shit,
challenge.
dude. I'm gonna mute you.
That's
It's okay. Knight's gonna be the one to pull it.
You could
Oh.
go and cure Karachi or treat it to make it a little easier in the future to clear out, to eradicate.
But is it worth me moving 2 spaces and using an action to cure that when I could use those 3 actions to move somebody else to where they want to be?
I don't know, man.
It's the
Alternatively, I could just move up here. There are 4 cubes up here that I could just. It would take me like 2
I think-
turns, but I could go through and work on that.
That's not a bad
I
call.
think starting to work on EOG in the north there would probably be our best bet for you.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
2, 3. Is there a faster way for me to get there?
you
One,
got to
two-
St. Petersburg.
Once you treat,
I would go through St. Petersburg and cure or treat that first, and then go over to Essen.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The
just-
first turn is harder to figure out what you.
Yeah, because
It's
my
not
whole
good.
turn is just
It's still-
telling other people, is just being like, you, go there. Here. And so right now, when we don't really
Yeah.
have things to
Well,
be
see,
doing.
this also works because you can drag Knight on your next turn from Johannesburg up
Yeah.
to Essen.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I could move people to people.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we use the 2 turns for.
Any fun, another fun. Yeah. Oh, but I have to get permission. I feel like, hey, night.
no,
Hey,
definitely not.
Knight.
Alright, so
Hey, Knight.
I got another red card. And a blue card.
San Francisco.
Okay.
And
What do we got?
Bangkok. Santiago.
Okay.
All right.
But the
So-
city don't know what the city's getting.
3. Move down.
What a turn,
Great.
though.
Oh.
What a starting turn. I
Yeah.
love it.
That takes out 2 of the 3, the big ones.
And there's the F.
In time.
Called it.
Okay, so real quick, Pain does have resilient population. It's a little
We
early
do.
to use it, but we could use it.
So the only
I would say
outbreak threat, the only
It's
outbreak
quarantined.
threat has quarantine on it.
Right.
I would say infect first.
Right. That's true.
And
That's the bottom card. Whoa, I didn't know you could do that.
if
Miami gets the infect.
If you alt right click, it drops from the bottom.
Cool.
Alt right click.
Yes.
Okay.
The alt right clicked.
Let's see. Then we shuffle and put these on top.
Okay,
All right.
So I guess
you-
Miami is technically still a.
do we
potential
want
risk.
to do
Don't
that?
put that in there yet.
What?
Do we want to
We're
use resilient
discussing
population
whether
yet?
that was something we want to do, and he's already shuffling shit up.
You can pull them back out. We know which cards those.
I didn't drop them. They're still there.
What do we want to use it yet? It's early, but
So it is early. We could remove Beijing from the mix and not have to worry about Beijing as much.
Oh, is that what that card does? I heard you guys
Yeah,
talking
you-
about it and I got very distracted.
it takes a card out of our discard pile of
Ah.
diseases and just removes it from the game. So right now, before we put them back on top, we could make one of them never a problem again.
I
So the only risk right now is Miami. If we put those back on and then we draw, right? We put them back on and then we draw 2,
Yeah, we draw 2.
which means we could get Miami again immediately.
Well, so the thing is, it seems like it's really early to do something that drastic. But on the other hand, we do only have one yellow card. So at current pace, it looks like blue's gonna be the first thing we cure. And
Probably.
either black or yellow will be the next one. So, like, completely making sure that one of the yellow cities that we know is going to be in the discard pile is no longer an issue might not be the worst thing.
and
But
the th-
knowing how bad of a problem red is, it might be a good idea to do that with a red thing instead, you know?
Yeah, it's a tough call. I feel like waiting until it's dire to use it could be a mistake because that we might be able to keep the game from getting there, you know. But on the other
If
hand,
we
we're
remove
gonna draw
anything, I
more
would say-
epidemics.
Yeah. If we remove anything, I would say get rid of Beijing. Because while Milan is a risk, getting rid of Beijing removes an ongoing risk that we to keep quarantined all the time.
That is
Yeah, we
true. I mean,
can't do
it'll
anything.
pretty much use my quarantine every round.
this is not me to make things risky, but my mind's like, do we want to like wait until the Beijing quarantine gets used so it wasn't wasted?
I mean, it's not necessarily wasted even without it being in the deck because
No, those other two places aren't real.
Outbreak.
He's right.
The outbreaks could also be a.
Beijing's actually
No,
an
they don't
island.
exist.
It's an island mountain.
All right, I guess we wait this round. I'm fine with waiting until the next epidemic and doing it on the second one.
Feel like, I mean, that's fine.
I don't want to wait further than the second epidemic because I don't think that's a good idea, but I'm fine waiting because we don't know where the threat is going to be yet.
So the plus that we have is we do have 14 cards that we're putting on top. So there is
Yeah.
a good mix here.
Right.
As long as
'Cause then-
Miami isn't drawn, we don't
Right.
have a problem.
Because when
yet.
we're going to be happy is if the next epidemic is soon enough that we have like 4 cards in the infection pile.
I mean,
Like,
the
that's
thing is,
true.
yeah, right now,
Yeah.
worst case scenario.
Yo,
is Miami's
saved it.
not. What?
That was Istanbul. That was one of
Oh yeah.
the risks. Okay, so you've kind of seen the way of it, Flying Cactus. We're gathering cards in our hands, and if we get enough of the same colored card, we can cure a disease. And the disease is spreading like crazy as we draw these cards up here. And when we draw an epidemic, it fucks everything over because it takes all of our already diseased cards and puts them back on top so that we're diseasing them again. And if any one of them gets to 4 cubes, it can't hold the 4th cube, so it shoots those diseases all around it instead. And it gets out of control. That is the end of your turn, yeah?
Yep.
I couldn't remember if that's how if the epidemic did.
So I
Anything.
can, if needed, I can treat Miami and be in position to get to Lima and Santiago after on my turn for reference.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's a lot closer than it looks. Okay, it's my turn. I think I should head towards red to start plopping down quarantines over there. But I can do one of my 4 actions every turn. I can quarantine anywhere. And Manila and Ho Chi Minh are good choices. I think Manila higher priority though.
Yeah, I'd say Manila is definitely the higher priority.
I could also do Miami.
That's what I want to do. Just like the
2. I could move to Miami. What's 2 moves, right? With research and then stop. And then I could put one on where I am for free and then ranged put one on Manila.
That would be a good call.
I think
Why
that's
is
what I'm going to do.
Manila our goal here?
Because it's in the
Because it's got
refresh deck, and
2.
I don't want to get it to. I don't want to let have a risk of outburst on that one or outbreak on that one because it has so many lines out.
Okay.
It's not like a
And
high priority, but I can do one for free at range. So
And while you're in Miami, the quarantine won't go away either.
exactly. So
one.
it's no longer a huge priority. We do have a limited number of quarantine markers.
Yeah, but we can also remove from the ones that are placed to move them.
Oh, that's
if we
true.
need
I
to.
forgot about that. All right, so that was my turn. I'm going to draw now. New York.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got Essen, Bangkok.
Bangkok.
All right, well,
Damn it, that's where I am. No!
Ooh, well,
It's fine, as long as we don't draw another epidemic, I'm okay.
just drag Knight up there.
Just in 2 more turns, I can cure them all. It's just going to take my whole turn to do.
All right, Payne, it's your turn.
we can cure blue. I can go to New York, get EOG's card, and then I could go to Atlanta, and then if Salty is okay bringing Knight to me to Atlanta, he could take my blue cards off me, and he's already at the research center, and we could cure it.
He would take 3 and cure. That would be his 4
Alright,
actions.
hang on. How do you plan on doing this?
I go to New York. That's so 1,
And he can
2.
take it from me.
Yeah, so that'd be 2, and then 2 turns to get to Atlanta.
Okay. And then
So you'd
you
be
go
at a
to
research
Atlanta.
station.
Oh, and you can
And
hand
yes,
anything.
yeah, like anyone's
Yeah.
able to steal my research for free. You jerks.
Yep. Oh, you mean my research?
Who said that?
So it would. Knight
So
would
then
be,
my turn would literally just be curing these 3 cubes and moving him to you. And then on his turn, he could cure it.
Also, if you wanted to, if we were fine leaving the quarantine alone over where I am, you could use one of your red cards to send me to into red for quarantine reasons. Mostly because I want to get a research station down over there, and I probably want to be over there.
Right.
I think getting EOG cured is probably a very good early priority.
It does
Because
seem
we
like
can-
it can make our dreams come true pretty quick.
That knocks out one of the
Yeah.
objectives and then makes everything until the game wants to cheat later easier.
Yeah, it also helps to protect us a lot from the infection draws.
Mm-hmm.
Once we
I think
eradicate.
I'm on board for that.
I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah.
This place has been okay.
Hey, look, I found this
Yeah,
in the
and I
Dropbox.
I can do that if you want. You just have to decide whether you want to go to Hong Kong or Taipei. Can't be Ho Chi Minh because I just checked, and the rioting 2 means no charter flights in or out.
Actually, you know what's? Can you put a research station where it's rioting?
No.
No.
Wait.
No,
Uh,
no, because that will kill
existing research
station.
centers, it says it in the corner under panic level. Existing research centers are destroyed and no new research stations can be built there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean,
So I think last time you had it in like Bangkok, I think. or
Yeah,
Hong
'cause
Kong.
the goal
Yeah.
for me is just to have a research station over there.
Okay.
Bangkok or Hong Kong would probably be good options. Hong Kong probably a better option right now.
Well, Salty has a Hong Kong card, so he could put a research station there if he was over there,
Sick.
right?
Shoot. All right. Well. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of Sydney here.
No,
Yeah.
not Sydney.
all right, we are.
Okay, here we go.
Flip it,
London.
London,
London.
Oh, just one, please.
all of them.
Karachi.
All right, we have now drawn the top 10 cards. We're now back in epidemic risk.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so I can move you to you.
Oh my gosh, how'd you get here? Punch.
Teleport.
Ow.
All of us are like, I gotta charter a flight and I'll set up a quarantine. Salty's over here like fucking teleport.
Well, Salty's the one like on kayak.com's like, oh my goodness, this is costing a budget $1 million, but hey, you get a free Holiday Inn complimentary breakfast.
Hey, Pat, did you want to go to Taipei or Hong Kong?
I'll take Taipei, I think.
Where'd you go?
Up here.
Ah.
Wee!
We.
Ah!
This fight is taking forever.
Yay!
Went around the world like 5 times.
We keep
Right,
getting
and then I
refueled.
definitely need to cure at least one of these cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
All right,
then
which
what?
leaves me with one action left.
Okay, so
I just
You
think
know
that taking 2 would be a good idea.
you could cure another one. You could, and you could also wait until next turn to do this. You could move yourself to where I am as well, and then set up a research station in Hong Kong next turn. But you could also do that whole thing next turn if you want, if I don't draw a red card by then.
Yeah, I mean, if they're
It's
curing
not
blue,
huge.
if Knight's turn is going to start with him curing blue, then his turn is also going to be him clearing this shit and probably heading up towards these two, because then
That would be
Yeah,
the
it's gotta be
following
gone.
turns.
He's
Yeah.
got to
Or-
spend 3 actions
would either be
taking
my-
blue cards.
Oh.
Yeah, that would either
And
be
then
my
he can
following turn or you moving me on
Three.
the following turn.
But yeah,
And
but
then
Salty
his
can
fourth
move
action is going to be
you.
spent curing the disease.
Because, well, so I don't.
Right.
When I move, for a cured disease, all I have to do is move
Yeah.
through them, and it's.
No.
Yeah.
Right. But
3
you're
actions taking cards. 4th action
Right.
developing cure.
yeah, that's why Knight said this is
Yeah.
going to have to be his next turn before he starts treating it.
But that
But
means
you
on
can
my
move him.
next turn, I'm going to be moving him all across the hill
Yeah,
and dale.
you can move me up there to clear.
Which means I'm probably not going to want you to spend your actions making a research center in red, so don't worry about that.
It's literally one turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's done with blue. Whether it's my turn or his turn doesn't matter.
Right.
Which means, what else should I be doing?
Heart says. What does your heart desire?
Listen to your heart.
As we shoot you out of an airlock.
Whoa, okay.
That was my reaction when I was playing Among Us. Everyone listened to their heart a little bit too much.
It might be a good idea for me to be in the red area, because, like, even if I spend my whole next turn moving Knight,
I mean, let's be real. Like, I I don't have to be in the red area to put quarantines down over here. It's just that I can sit on one if it gets bad.
Yeah. Well, also, yeah, but it like. Yeah.
So like you being here is just as good as me being here, unless I have to sit on one.
I mean, really, where I am doesn't matter at all. In most cases.
Matters to me.
Yeah, apart from just the occasional clearing of things.
Yeah.
So he could clear another one, but I mean,
If I take another cube, it's like Knight's gonna get
what does
rid
it
of that.
do?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because we're not in or whatever it's called, an outbreak situation.
and it's already in the discard pile, so
Yeah.
we would have to epidemic and draw it again for it to even have a third one.
It's gonna be me. Don't worry, I got you, bro. Don't worry. We're gonna get that epidemic so hard. I can feel it.
Why are you enjoying this so much, man?
I just don't know. There's literally nothing useful for me
There's
to do
not a
right
lot
now.
for you to do.
Go on vacation.
Wait, I have an idea.
You could send Pain somewhere.
I have
no,
an idea.
No, he can't because Knight has to steal on the
Oh no,
reverse.
that's yeah. You're right.
gotta
You're
get-
right. You're right.
Can
Oh wait,
you-
no, I can't do that.
Wait, oh, is it just moving? Is one of the moves share research?
1,
Yes.
2.
So could he?
Damn, because I was gonna say. No, that won't work.
No, he can't
just
do
move
that.
another.
Like, if I yeah, no. Man, sharing cards is such a pain in the ass in this game too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's my only
Research is-
ability.
Research is challenging.
Yeah, but sharing the research you've already done is not. You just post it online and then people
Reading
download
hard.
it.
I think the only board game I've played with 4 players that has a single board for everyone is Fire Tower.
Oh, I know that game.
I don't know what that is.
I think if I remember correctly, you're pretty much trying to stop a forest fire, and like
Oh.
as the game progresses, like you have like little tokens that like you put on the forest, and like things slowly burn, and like I've seen it at a couple different PAXs.
I took a step towards Istanbul,
Okay.
And
so I can work on that maybe.
Yeah.
So I've played a lot of different super co-op multiplayer games, board games, and I mean, I don't.
I like the
one of them-
caveman one.
Yeah, the caveman developing fire one. That one was really fun.
Prometheus.
It's a dumb little game where it's like you're 4 cavemen. One night it was raining and lightning struck a log and it caught fire, and now you're all gathered around the fire and you love it and you want to learn how it works. So then it's like you have to work together because someone has to be hunting or gathering for food for everybody, and other people have to be doing other things, but you also have to spend actions researching the fire to learn how to do new things, and the final goal is trying to figure out how to create fire yourself.
Right. So it's like
Interesting.
co-op resource stuff, which is neat.
All right.
All right. Let's see it.
Miami.
I heard of that place.
Huh. Karachi.
I heard of that place.
Nah.
Huh. Beijing.
Beijing is quarantined. Goes away.
Quarantined.
Huh. Johannesburg.
Johannesburg.
That's not a real place.
All right. Beijing needs a new quarantine.
Yeah, it'll happen on my turn.
Or do we?
All right.
Or do we want to use resilient population on it?
If we draw an epidemic, we probably will.
Yoink. Yoink.
Yeah.
Yoink.
My babies.
I'll add these to that.
Your babies are going to a good cause.
I like to imagine like I do all this research and everything, and then it's just like somebody else takes it
Come
all,
on, it's
and
like-
like I'm not even credited.
Oh, that's
So really,
nice. Night.
never in a million years would I have ever developed a board game like this. Like, I feel like you have to have a pretty good detachment from logic and just game mindset to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, your researching is not researching, it's just getting random 2 sparks of inspiration, and one of them might be an epidemic. And then
Much.
then the other sharing research is like taking an entire turn to be like, hey,
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
amount
we
of time.
have-
To be
This thing
honest,
that I
though,
could have
Salty,
texted you.
it's the same amount of
We
time
have-
it takes to travel from Atlanta to Chicago is to learn all that research.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have
Also-
enough yellow in our hands for researching
Ooh.
So EOG,
okay.
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg.
So the problem is that we're all boomers.
Oh,
and
So,
Miami
so something
quarantine.
that could have been a text, we have to meet in person and talk about for an hour.
maybe.
Come on, Denny. Eugene's turn.
Okay, so both of the places that I quarantined are busted now.
We
So-
have lost our quarantines.
I need to quarantine Beijing. So I could move to Beijing, quarantine it, and then ranged quarantine Miami again.
Not a bad idea.
I'd be sitting on Beijing, which means if we did epidemic and draw it, it wouldn't be able to even lose the quarantine at that point. I think that's probably what I got to do. So we're gonna move up to Beijing. And there's my quarantine, shaboom, and I'm gonna ranged quarantine Miami. So basically, I'm just putting the board state back to how it was right before Knight's turn.
Oh, well,
This is my job, but also this means that you guys don't have to worry about Miami while you finish eradicating EOG. I was worried.
All right, we now have enough cards in hand to cure black too.
Santiago,
what we have to do is get the cards to the
Manila, and that's a quarantine. Quarantine was such a good addition to this game. All right, that's my turn. You're a pain.
Okay. Knight, take my 2 yellows. EOG,
Okay.
you take Istanbul from me.
Okie dokie.
Um,
Wow, that's actually really close. Wait. Oh, right. We need 5, but we don't have to be at a research station.
yes, you guys don't need to be at a
Forced to
research
return.
station.
Holy shit. As soon as the 5th one
One
hits
more.
either of our hands, it's done.
And
That's crazy talk.
I don't know where I want to go. I'll go here. I'm going on vacation. Man, there's a
Well, that
lot of
was-
people sniffling.
All right. That's
'Cause it-
incredible.
Yeah, because if you're gonna be sent through EOG's area to start clearing it out, I can at least start chipping away at yellow at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also gives a target for me to be teleported to.
Yeah, don't worry.
Right.
Epidemic. Oh no. Epidemic. Oh man, I thought I was gonna get it. Hey, Salty. Bummer for you.
Actually, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be on my turn now.
Okay.
Washington
Washington. That works.
and Sydney.
All right. So what needs to be done before the next epidemic? Because it's gonna be on this turn.
Dude,
Waddle Knight through.
I just
Yeah, I think-
it's so sad because you just barely can't. There's no way I don't
Yeah, I
think to
think-
get all of it cured right now.
But yeah,
Get it
we,
eradicated.
Not on my
One-
turn now.
That's a shame. This would be the perfect
I can
time.
1, 2, 3, 4 him, and it'll be everything but that one in St. Petersburg.
This
Yeah,
would
I
be
was
the
trying to see
perfect
if
time to use
teleporting
that
to
card
you
that
would get it.
removes 1 cube.
Oh
You
wait,
just take it off of
What?
St. Petersburg.
It doesn't help because there's no connection to St. Petersburg for it.
you know.
Man, that's a
I
shame.
think just moving me up.
Well,
through-
damn! If we'd have thought about that last turn, when I was like, "What do I do with my last
Well,
action?" If I had to come down here, then he
Oh,
could have
well,
1,
St.
2, 3, 4 to me.
St. Petersburg was not
yeah,
diseased
St.
on your
Petersburg
last turn.
wasn't. Yeah.
We drew
Yeah.
it since then.
What do you think the symptoms of EOG are? I can't stop playing this RPG.
I can't, dude. It's just grinding.
Hours
It's
of
just
fishing.
fucking grinding.
I need to get the StarCrafts to the mine. I don't.
Completionism, it's grinding and anxiety.
Oh man. So then, what would nights be? What's everyone's symptoms?
Yeah, completionism and anxiety. That's mine. A little bit of imposter syndrome in there, but I think that's with a lot of people.
All right. What's the thought here?
I think you probably go with your previous plan. We need to eradicate.
Moving him to here.
Yeah. And then we just have to hope for the best. And we can use, this is when we said we were going to use the resilient population card.
Yes. What do we want to use it on?
So,
St.
So
Petersburg.
that would be my
Oh,
whole turn, and now there's one blue cube. Nah.
It's one person trying to complete that
What is
dang
the max
game.
hand size?
7.
7.
Unless you have the upgrade for 8. Rick said his.
Oh no!
Oh,
Completely unexpected.
teenager brain.
Yeah, he said his symptoms would be teenage.
All right,
Okay, what?
All right.
So,
So,
Baghdad.
Dad.
hold on. Can resilient population be used at in between infect and intensify? Okay, so
yeah, so
Oh,
you
we
can
can
use
use
it
it now.
now.
what
15 cards.
do
Wow,
we want to get
almost
rid of?
done
Yeah, so
I
we
think we-
actually went through all 14 cards, and
We
then
sure did.
Do we want to get rid
I
of
think-
Beijing so that way it's just so that way we don't have to keep worrying about it, or do we want to?
I think getting Beijing out of the mix would probably be in our best interest.
Because then we don't have to worry about.
Um,
Because yeah, we can move the quarantine markers, right? Like just because it's
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
if we run out of them, we can move. We can
Yeah.
move
But from where I'm sitting, it's like if we take Beijing out, and then we draw Beijing, or if we take something else out and draw Beijing, we're still fine for that draw. But if we take something else out and draw Baghdad, it's going to spread. It's going to be an outbreak.
so. Do we want to get rid of Baghdad? Baghdad.
well, here's the thing.
Whatever. I tried to say.
We're about to eradicate the blue disease, and once we do, we've completed that, and we just have to cure the other two. So like, holding red off is great and it is necessary and we need to do it, but there are still 15 cubes in that box, and EOG's doing a fine job of holding it off. So really, we just need to get the cures for yellow and black as quick as we can without having any outbreaks happen. Keep in
Alright,
mind,
well, I
though,
would
that
say
if
the-
we do win this game,
I know.
we
Yeah,
won't
we're not
have
gonna get any
any
cards.
events for the next one.
It's gonna suck, but I also think it's the honest way to go. But also, and just as important as all the rest of the stuff we're talking about, if you kind of unfocus your eyes while you're looking at Baghdad, it draws a cube here.
It does. Yep. Just gotta hide this line right here.
And if there was a line between Moscow and Baghdad, you have
Yeah,
almost a hexagon right there.
yeah. See, this is important business.
I think you guys also have the symptoms of nerd. No.
You're a nerd.
You take that back.
I would say these are the.
All right, what are we doing?
I'd say these are the two that would be most interested in removing.
My vote's
And
Baghdad.
I think Baghdad
Maybe-
because of just how
Yeah,
much
I
that's
think-
going to screw us over if that
Yeah,
pops off.
Exactly, because the next draw we can't protect ourselves from, and Beijing is currently protected.
Put that in the
Leave that there for a
graveyard.
while. That is the graveyard as much as it can be.
I'll just put it. I'll put
Oh.
it right there.
Oh,
Bam!
uh,
Take that,
Upside
Baghdad.
down.
When I put it there, it flipped upside down. I didn't get to choose.
All right.
All right, and now, hang on. So now,
That's the
Yeah.
intensify.
You know,
so
honestly,
two
I want
cards.
to see. I
all
want
right,
to see
so now I
Beijing.
just do my normal 2 cards.
yeah.
I want to see Beijing right now.
Lima and London.
London.
Damn you, London!
Knight doesn't
That's
have.
all right. It's close
Yeah,
enough.
Knight doesn't
Okay.
even have to move.
So this is yeah, this is fine. Well, I have to move for one of them. I can't stop. I can't do it more than once.
Listen here.
Two.
I don't like your negativity.
Actually,
Don't you ever talk
you
back to me,
can
man.
cure London, move here, and then cure Baghdad. Well, yeah.
I like to imagine
Well,
Knight left London, and then one person's just like, "I got my copy of Final Fantasy," and then you just hear, just
What was that night?
so I wouldn't be able to treat Baghdad
Why?
So this would be 1, 2,
3.
3, 4.
No. Oh, right, because
'Cause
you did the
it's
range
not-
period already.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
good. It's also not cured.
that's lame.
a little bit.
But Baghdad is safe to be in right now because we removed the card, so I don't mind.
Oh, right. Yeah, if we remove the card, we don't even have to fucking worry about it.
Mhm.
Eradicated.
Okay, so that gets flipped.
Okay.
My
Now-
save
Alright.
files.
And
Number priority. Number one priority is to get the disease cured. Like, you know, when you said that, I knew it was a slam at me, and my brain just jumped on the bandwagon of slamming me. Because I immediately remembered when I had one of those PlayStation 1 memory cards that you'd push a button and it would swap to a second one.
Yep.
Remember those?
Mhm.
And one of the two sides corrupted and lost my save files.
I wasn't necessarily taking a hit against you. I was just more thinking of just what is it called? Just like the completionist side of it, where
Yeah.
someone's like, "You need to go outside."
Oh,
Ah!
no. No.
so
Outside doesn't have achievements.
my babies.
God damn it.
I want to know everyone else's symptoms.
don't know what my symptoms are.
Wouldn't you want to get rid of London?
I'm not discarding. I'm just,
Oh, I
I'm
thought.
setting this
Sorry.
aside.
Yeah.
I'm setting this aside for their switch chat at the time. But so with EOG having all of 4 of the blacks, I have Cairo. So if we meet up in Cairo, then I can get you that card.
He doesn't need to go there. I'll meet you there.
I mean, I'm not in Cairo yet, but that's a way of getting it there. Oh yeah, I didn't do this part.
Yeah, I've made that joke a number of times. If Kirby ate me, he'd just get anxiety. Beijing, baby.
Fully protected, quarantine stays. EOG's gonna-
My symptoms
wait,
are
why?
feeling too awesome.
Because
I'm on
Oh
it.
yeah,
sitting
you're
in
standing
the
on it.
city.
Yeah.
All right.
I keep it's because he's the same color as the board. I keep completely overlooking his pawn.
Does that help?
Oh.
No, not really. Okay, so what should I be doing on my turn?
Live your
Probably
life.
quarantine. What do we have in here?
Mm,
Lima and Santiago are both in the discard right now. So I could quarantine one of those. I need to. We're so close to already finishing this if we just get the cards in the right places, but I'm not sure I can actually help with that from over here. What could I do? What could
on.
I do?
What- Oh no, that's the coworker thing. That we want.
Okay. So if and we wanted me to, I could discard Washington to go there, and then move to Atlanta and fly to Cairo, and I'd be sitting at Cairo. Which isn't really necessary, but basically, if me and Knight and Payne are standing on the same place, we win.
Pretty much.
Great.
At least once it gets the turns around. That's the biggest challenge is just getting through the turns.
Right. What do you guys think? I don't really know. I could also just start run around red and put some quarantines down.
like we're not really in a threat of outbreaks. Red.
I can't put down another quarantine in one of the already infected cities in red and also do a ranged one because I'd have to move 3 and place 1.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much I ranged quarantine one of the 3s over here and then what? Then what do I do, you know?
Getting to Washington makes sense because like you guys don't
It
need.
puts me closer.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't
So-
need to actually
3 moves
Yeah.
would put me in Cairo, which means if Knight steps on Cairo and uses an action, he can give that to me, and then it's cured.
Hmm.
Yeah, so which
So
would
that's-
be super easy there.
3
And
moves
then
puts me
pain
there.
Is also.
Yeah.
So I can. Share knowledge is give or take, right?
Yeah. Share knowledge is give or take, so long as we're both in the city, except for Pain doesn't have to be in the city to give.
Yeah. So if Pain ends his turn in Cairo as well, or gets there before my turn in some way, then I can move to Cairo, give EOG Cairo, and take LA from Pain and cure it. And then EOG could cure
As soon
Salty on his turn.
you don't need
Yellow and black don't have to
Yeah.
be cured on your turn, and they don't take an action, and you don't have to be at a station.
Yep.
Right.
just about to say that. I was double checking. I was like, I think
I mean,
we have that upgrade.
I know we don't have to be in the. I don't know. We don't have to be in a research station to cure it, but
Yeah,
that's
And it
probably
doesn't-
We
the-
looked this up last
we
time.
looked it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So efficient to sequence makes it doesn't take an action. You can do it when it's not your turn.
So
It just
basically,
activates.
if EOG and Pain both are in Cairo, or yeah, probably on Cairo, then we can basically finish the game on my turn.
I think I'm going to quarantine Lima with my 4th action. Just in case.
Much. EOG is gonna grab like a black
What
card
is
right
it?
here.
Have to
Hmm?
be your turn, Nate.
Someone has to give Cairo to me, and it's in Knight's hand, so it has to be me or him.
Oh, gotcha.
Or
Gotcha.
Joe can give me
Or
Karachi,
Karachi.
but I'm not in Karachi. I
Right.
couldn't move that far. So actually, I mean, if you moved me to Karachi, 1-2, Salty, and then you to me, and then 4th action hands me Karachi, black is cured. Like there are options, but also watch me just draw
You're gonna get a black card.
a black card here.
Boom. Got it. Cured.
Ah, there we go.
Cured.
This makes my
All right.
turn very easy.
It does, doesn't it? I was trying to grab them all out of my hand at once. Come on. Yeah.
That also means that these go away by virtue of me being there.
Nice.
Ah,
Well, I didn't actually have to be here, but I don't mind it.
You're on vacation.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I've been in a quarantine for a while. It's nice to get away from the pain.
Pull your epidemic infection cards.
So I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
actually,
sorry.
That means it's Pain's turn. That,
Karachi.
Karachi,
Mhm. Miami.
Miami.
which is quarantine.
quarantined.
I think something happened.
Man, you're right.
All right.
Yeah.
So for my turn, I grow tired of this, and I'm gonna go check out Los Angeles. Be like, yo, Knight, look at this cool information I found. Isn't it neat? And then
So he's the researcher, but all that means is that he's young enough to send the text.
yeah,
Yes, that's
Exactly.
exactly it.
it's like, look, I found this information. Isn't it pretty neat
Wait.
of what's going?
Knight just pulls his phone out and is like, "Why is all this information on my phone? Don't we usually have to talk about?"
Oh,
this
wait a
shit?"
second. Do I have to be with you? Wait, yeah, long.
I think.
Oh no,
Oh.
yeah, that only works for me.
Hold up.
Yeah, I think.
You can
Hey,
only
hold
give
up.
it
I
one
was
big
at
Yeah.
Miami. One,
Yeah, yeah.
two, three. Yo, look at this cool information I found. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?
You know.
What are you doing?
Putting my name on your homework.
Gosh
Thank
dang
you.
it,
Oh,
no.
look at that! We
Really
beat
good.
a game.
We're really good at this, guys.
I can't wait to
We beat
get.
the game.
Wow. Dude, by the way, Miami's been sitting here at 3, fully fucking diseased, with quarantines coming on and off. And if that isn't like the realest world fucking thing, fully diseased, big old global pandemic, and we're like, it hasn't gotten worse in a while. Quarantine's off.
It's that Disney magic.
Yeah, we put the quarantine on, and even though more infections should be happening, it's not. So it's probably cured. Take that quarantine away.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So the good news is that we won. The bad news is that we won and have zero funding for next
It's
month.
gonna be flipping awesome.
Yay! Good job,
We'll
guys.
be able to start the game under an hour.
Listen, look at how good we are at this game. Yeah, we'll get to the second game real quick. Honestly, I'm kind of
So-
proud of us, even though it's gonna suck.
Right?
So are we using our 2
Um,
victory bonuses to
Yeah, so
make
we
POG also?
Thanks.
We have our options, the positive mutations, the character upgrades, research stations, unfunded events. I think it is still in our best interests.
the
to
unfunded
add the
events.
same
I
two
agree.
Stickers, to add the same 2 stickers for EOG.
Yeah.
I think that's in our best interest overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just copy and paste.
Yeah,
That's not where I thought that tile was.
All right, man. This went exactly according to plan. How did that
it
happen?
sure did.
I'll tell you how it happened.
We just lit all the disease on fire for democracy. Holy shit. Man, this game
That
never
was-
goes to plan.
Well, and we still have what, like 25 cards left in the player deck? Somewhere in there?
We just, like, the past 2 games, we've gotten very fortunate that we just didn't get piled on with
Yeah.
one disease, which is what happened our
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah, the first
Oh,
game,
yeah.
let me look over here. You guys see that we lost the first one? The first one was really like, I think it was it first turn epidemic or second?
It was,
It was like right there.
First
I don't
turn, I
know.
think.
I have to check the YouTube video.
It was quick.
I think our first 2 games both had first turn epidemics.
Yeah, so keep in mind whenever we draw the epidemic card, like right now if we were to draw it, there are 6 cards here, right, that just got diseases. Those would all go right on top of this, so those are the next 6 we would draw. So basically, if it's already out of hand, it gets way more out of hand. So we got really lucky because we had like 14 cards when we got our epidemic, so it was spread out a little bit. The first game we had, it was just
Me.
immediately took this whole pile and just threw it right back on top, and we couldn't handle it. And we got like outbreaks before people even got turns.
It was awesome.
It was crazy.
Look,
All right.
if
let's
anything
see.
doesn't show that I enjoy the Dark Souls games, it's reactions like that, where it's like, wow, life literally sucks because of the situation we're in.
Did
Oh,
you put
no.
the? Yeah. Okay. So
We got-
now we have to open 21 and 22.
Yay, the pandemic advent calendar.
Yay!
22, 21.
All right. Hit.
A bag.
Starting
Starting military
military
base
base markers. Exactly what I said we were going to get at the end of that game.
Beautiful.
The thing we didn't do.
Not even a little.
Oh, those are
Local
upgrades we
pressure.
can put on people. You may
You're
use a
in a
city
military-
card
in a
from an
military
adjacent city
base.
when building a structure. If you're in a military base, you may
Ah.
quarantine in an adjacent city with a quarantine action, and now
That's
you can
cool.
use military shuttles.
Nice. So those are really nice upgrades.
That formidable one is awesome.
Also, starting military base stickers, so we can
Right?
now
Yeah.
do that. What the fuck?
You know what?
Someday we'll care about military
It-
bases.
It would have been a lot easier to probably get the military
Oh.
base thing, but we were just
Oh,
like,
look at that! New win bonus.
Yep, just stick it on top of the.
but we were like, no, we need to get all the diseases on the same front. Then we'll worry about character
That's
development.
when you win a game in March.
Yeah.
Add
Starting
one
game played in
military base
April.
anywhere on the board.
Oh, cool.
Well, what country are we?
All right, and now we're at draw the next card before we set up our April game.
Hey,
Finish
remind
card.
me.
Nice.
Remind me, do the military bases, can they go on rioting cities?
Yeah.
It does not say they cannot.
Because putting a military
They're
base in
not-
Ho Chi Minh and then just parking there and quarantining everything around it without having to move is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well-
you would have to get the upgrade. That upgrade,
Right.
though.
Yeah.
Well, the
I
thing
wouldn't-
is-
I wouldn't be able to do that, but still, it's pretty neat.
I mean, it would
The-
it would seem like a good upgrade to put on the quarantine specialist.
I actually don't
Yeah.
know if I agree with that because I already arranged quarantine.
Oh yeah, I guess fair.
But on the other hand, I do have
So-
the veteran status, so I could jump around between bases doing it.
Yeah, the other thing that is a plus for you doing that would be having Kochiman quarantined as well. If you're sitting
Yeah.
there, that keeps that protected.
True.
That keeps the quarantine protected. It saves the action.
I also really like the one where you can put
Alright.
up structures without having the city you're on.
All right, guys. So first game, Knight became uncurable. Second game, Knight became untreatable,
Pain.
and we
No,
learned
me.
Pain became.
pain. Yeah, and we learned how to do quarantines.
Yeah.
Third game, we learned about military bases, and that was it. Which means fourth game,
We're gonna need them.
we're gonna need them. Fourth game, D-Pain starts making zombies.
E-Pain's gonna make zombies by the end. I don't see how we can avoid that.
I'm a necromancer. Yes, I am. Everybody's going to give me ham.
Must give ham.
All I got is spam. That's acceptable.
I'd already tried to give you ham Lunchables and you said no.
Yeah, but that's not real ham.
That wasn't ham, but it was ham
Ham
product.
isn't real ham either.
It was ham product. It counts.
It comes in a can and not a plastic tube. You know how bad plastic is for you?
I also tried to give you a burger in a can and you didn't like that either.
That's it. Send them off to the gallows. Wait, do we get to put
That
a
was-
military base down now, or?
No,
No, but we
No.
have the option to keep one somewhere like we do with research centers.
only if we had built one,
Right, to keep it
which
there.
we didn't do.
We did not bother. So, by the way, I really think the reason why we're doing well in these is just because of quarantine. Like, I
Oh,
know
yeah,
it's
the quarantine
obvious
is
that quarantine's
absolutely
saving
making a
us, but
difference.
like, that's all I'm doing, and I'm so happy to be doing it.
Hmm.
All I'm
It's
doing
good.
is moving Knight around.
Yeah.
Yours
yeah,
Uber.
it's one of I mean,
Nu-
it may seem
Knight
kind of
roll-
silly, but it's just
the thing is, what we need is we
it's
need
the
one
combo
person doing
power.
quarantine.
Yep.
We need one person doing quarantine, which is important. We need one person doing research, which is important, and that's D-Pain. And we need what Knight's role is just so important that we need two of it.
Yeah, we need two people treating, and the way that seems to be working is Knight treats while he's being Ubered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
I'm
You just
I'm driving
just roll the
car
window
and
down and
Knight's
throw
just
pills.
throwing things out the window.
Care packages, just Kobe as we go by.
Yeah, it's
I'm trying to double check on the objectives if those objectives go away when we finish it or if they stay.
I don't
I'm,
see anything saying that
I need to
doesn't
get myself a
say.
plague doctor mask to wear on these on these days. These
I'm
streams.
imagining
these-
I imagine they're gonna stay until we draw something that says that they get taken away.
Yeah,
Probably.
I think these ones stay. 'Cause it
Especially
looks like
considering
there's-
May through November, we're gonna have to do 3 objectives out of 5. So they're just gonna keep adding more, and then maybe swapping. Be like, hey, here's a new thing. Replace this one with it, or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
it's the rule for objectives says at the beginning of the game you'll have the objectives. If an objective is marked as mandatory, blah blah blah. Some objectives will remain in play until the group completes them. Others will expire at the end of a particular month. As the year unfolds, new objectives will be introduced. So it doesn't really
They'll probably tell us.
say
I
if
feel
they
like the
go
card
or
would
not.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
So
It'd just be
next
nice
game,
to have an example of it.
we need to eradicate 2 diseases before we finish, so we can add the 3rd positive mutation onto 2 of them, which makes it take 1 less card.
Potentially, or we make use of some other upgrades.
Right.
Might be a good idea as well.
It's probably better, but on the other hand,
I mean, I know
give us the
early on
mutations.
I was saying I want to get that thing that lets me fly people around without using the cards, but like, since everything can be cured without needing to be at a base, and I can just move people to other pawns, discarding a card to move somebody, and then just moving somebody else to them is not really that big of a deal.
This unfunded event seems like it'd be a nice one to have on a card.
Beijing.
Even though it's only one cube, it still guarantees that we have at least something.
Can we put it on the one that allows us to remove 2 cards, or 2 cubes, so we can remove 3?
Okay, here's a character upgrade you could give me. At the start of my turn, look at the top 2 infection cards, because I can ranged quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see if one of
that's,
them's going to be bad and quarantine it.
Oh, is that like every turn?
Yeah, for me, it's whichever character gets it at the start of
Oh,
their
that's
turn.
really good.
You're the Oracle now.
Right.
The thing is, I don't want to look this up because it would not probably, it totally would give us spoilers, but it's just like, it's one of the things where I know character death and like damage can happen, but it's just like, I know we've been getting some very fortunate draws of the cards lately, but I'm like, I'm just waiting for like the thing that's going to just kill one of our things, because like our whole party makeup, like we're jiving. So I'm like,
so what they said was so if you're in a city when it has an outbreak, you take a flaw that you have to add to your character, a scar, and if you have 2 scars and you need to take another one, then that character dies.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I have an idea for next
I'm
bonuses.
imagining what's going to end up happening is once D-Pain becomes a zombie virus, you're not going to be able to walk in cities that have cubes on them anymore without taking scars or something.
Yeah. Something.
Or
one cube breakouts.
I don't know.
Right? I have an idea for, our next bonuses. Family members' relationship status. If you start your turn in the same city as a family member, gain an extra action. And Salty doesn't move.
Yep.
So if I parked my ass in Ho Chi Minh City with a quarantine, and Salty parked his ass in Ho Chi Minh City, he'd get to move Knight an extra space every turn.
But then what would you do? I mean, you get to do a ranged quarantine, and then you have 4 other actions that...
He gets to take a quick walk around the perimeter and then come back.
Basically, if I'm able to end my turn back in Ho Chi Minh, you get an extra turn. That's the end of it.
That is when you create a character, so
you
have to change characters to.
Oh yeah.
Or
that's not something you.
Somebody
add.
would have to change a character, switch to a character.
Hey, I seen enough soap operas. You're my long lost cousin.
Yeah.
So when we find a new character, when we find a new character who has a really good ability that doesn't need to move like the dispatcher.
Yeah.
And then we're like, those 2 are family.
Yeah,
those family members both love sitting on their ass in Atlanta.
I love it. Although I will say that also helps at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
6 actions.
That's a good point.
Oh man. All right. Well, that is Pandemic.
That was March.
Pandemic March.
Mm-hmm.
Next week we'll be doing Pandemic April.
Yeah. Oh, it won't be quite as lost on it.
That also means we're gonna know what was going on.
Yeah, debatable.
Next time.
Now the bad part is that
we'll know what we're going on.
All of these fancy event cards, well, they just sit off to the side.
No, it is a bright side.
We won't need it.
We won't spend an hour.
Oh my gosh!
Trying to figure out what we want.
Set up.
Wait. I just looked at the cover of Pandemic Legacy. Are you telling me that while we're out there curing diseases in a global pandemic, we're sheeple?
No.
Wearing masks?
Right?
No.
How could we? Also, don't have pupils.
It's Storm.
We don't need them.
Storm. Don't need pupils.
And Quicksilver's behind her.
You see this bullshit?
What?
You will need a pen. It is not included in the box.
Oh man!
Wow, unplayable.
$80 game and they can't include a pen?
Wait a second. Why does it say 4 pawns and there's only 3 on the picture?
Because one of them's white.
Yeah, he got washed out in the flash photography.
Oh my god!
It didn't scan.